As you can probably tell, I'm now in the M4 and I'm absolutely delighted. I had to wait a fair bit to get into it, but boy, has it been worth the wait. Oh God, it's just on another level to what I've driven so far today. It does mean that because I've had to wait for this, I won't be able to drive anything else today, but you know what, I don't really care too much, because the main thing is I got into the M4 and that's why I came here. I'm only going to have it for about half an hour or so, I can't get attached to it too much, otherwise I won't want to give it back. So yes, I finally got in, which is fantastic news. So let's see what the M4 is all about. But this isn't just any M4, this is the M4 Competition Package. What this means is an extra 19 horsepower, which may not sound like much, but it does bring the total power output to 444 horsepower, which is delivered by a 3 litre straight 6 twin turbo engine. The 0 to 62 times have been cut a little bit as well. So with the 7-speed automatic, you will be able to hit 62 miles per hour in just 4 seconds, and the 6-speed manual gearbox isn't too far behind that either. Top speed is still limited to 155 miles per hour, however. Now, in regards to price, the competition package is £3,000 more than the standard M4. So if you want the manual version of the competition package, that will cost you £60,065, and if you want the 7-speed automatic, that will cost you £62,560. It's a bargain. Okay, maybe not a bargain, but you could easily have one of these instead of having a supercar. Yes, I know the top speed is limited to 155, but come on, let's be honest, how often are you going to be getting it up to those kind of speeds anyway? Even on a track, you may not hit 155 miles per hour, not unless you've got a really long straight. So I just think this car just, it's complete. I really cannot find anything wrong with it. I really can't. Obviously, if I were to live with one for a week, then I might be able to pick holes in it. I don't think the sat-nav's fantastic, if I'm honest, but I really don't care, because I don't care if I get lost in this. Well, I do right now, because I need to give it back to BMW at some point, but what I'm saying is, I could quite happily start off near my home in South London and find myself in the Lake District, just completely lost. Some nice roads around the Lake District as well, so certainly wouldn't be a bad place to get lost. Now I've got everything set to Sport Plus, because why wouldn't you? It's an M4, and even so, like for other cars, once it's in Sport Plus, it's still quite comfortable. You can probably hear there's a bit more tyre noise on this model compared to the M140i and the M240i that I drove earlier, but it's a very small sacrifice, indeed. Oh, got plenty of grip, as you would imagine. Plenty of grip. It's so planted to the road, it just hunkers down on the road. It's just got so much grip, it's so planted. Now, the M240 I drove earlier set a pretty high bar for the day, but I think the M4 has gone above it and then some. Oh yes, into 5th. There we go. I really like these seats, really supportive. Now let's have a look to see what the changes are like in this, shall we? Right, so drop it down to 3rd, into 4th, into 5th. That's pretty quick. That's pretty quick indeed. I definitely wouldn't call this gearbox sluggish. That's for certain. Like the car which it's attached to, it's pretty quick indeed.
Please make a U-turn if possible.
There's a bird watch over there. He won't like me making all this noise. I'm gonna scare the birds off.
Prepare to make a U-turn.
Oh, someone's stopping down here. Oh, that's a bit of a bump. I'll tell you another feature I quite like. This might not come up on camera, but the seat belt's got really nice sort of blue and red trim to it. It looks really nice. Really like that.
Now turn right.
God, this car makes good noise. Oh, Ferrari. F430 if I'm not mistaken. Got a little corner coming up. Barely any body roll at all, just completely flat. So impressive, so impressive. As mentioned, I've got everything in Sport Plus because I'm only driving this for half an hour, so I may as well make the most of it. Right, let's go into cruising mode. It's just so agile. I would love to take this around the track, I really would. It's such a good experience. BMW, if you're watching this, I want to take this on a track. I really do. In fact, I'd settle for having either the M240i on a track or the M140i on a track, but if I could take this on a track, that'd be fantastic, because this car is an animal, an absolute animal. It's 3:50 now. I haven't got long left. I need to get back to the guys at BMW. But I've really enjoyed driving this. I'm glad I waited. I could have gone off to drive something else and sort of, you know, come back on the off chance that the M4 was back. But I waited for the M4 for quite some time. So this is the car I really wanted to drive today. I mentioned earlier I wanted to drive the i3, but unfortunately I've run out of time. And it would have been good to drive the Cooper S-Works 210, but again, I've run out of time. But it's worth it because I really wanted to drive this car, really did, and it hasn't disappointed. It's just sad that I have to give this car back so soon. I've only had it for about 25 minutes or so, give or take, but like all good things, it has to come to an end, and the end is nigh, because I'm going to be back quite shortly, what looks fair. Great shame, great shame. This car is just phenomenal in every area. I can't think of any way I'd really want to improve it. Yeah, it was comfortable enough to use every day. It's properly quick. It's well priced for what it is. Before you say, well, it's expensive. No, for what it is, it's well priced. You can fit people in the back. You can fit luggage in the boot. What more do you want? Just an absolutely brilliant car. It's a really good all-rounder, and you know, if you're someone who does own a supercar, you could easily replace it with this, and I'd like to think that you wouldn't really notice too much of a difference. It'd be more practical, I'll tell you that for nothing. Driving this car has been definitely one of the highlights of my year. I've really enjoyed this. It's just a really great car. It's a fantastic all-rounder. It can pretty much do anything you want it to. And would I definitely have this over a supercar? The thing is, with a supercar, they're not as practical, and you can't really use the power in for real world. So on that basis, yeah, I think I would have this over a supercar. It's properly quick, as I mentioned, 0 to 60 in 4 seconds. Okay, it's limited to 155 miles per hour, but are you really gonna need that much power? Really? Come on, I don't think so. It handles well, the brakes are superb, the steering's got a lovely weight to it, it really feels nice and meaty, and it makes a fantastic noise. It really does. And it's a noise I won't get to experience for much longer, because I'm going to be handing it back really, really shortly, in about 7 minutes. Well, 7 to 10 minutes in fact. Worth the wait though, and it's worth the simply treacherous journey getting here. 4.5 hours to get from South London to here is a complete joke, but it's absolutely been worth it, and I'd go through it again and again and again if it meant I could have this car for longer. I really would. I've had a wonderful day at the BMW and Mini test day when I got here eventually. I haven't actually driven any Minis today because I simply didn't have time, unfortunately, but I was able to drive the M240i, which is brilliant, the M140i, which was also brilliant, and of course the M4, which was immense. As I said, one of the best experiences I've had this year, and it was absolutely brilliant. I really enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed the video. As always, please give me feedback, both positive and negative, because it makes helps me to improve my videos. Please subscribe if you haven't done already, and if you like the video, you know what to do. Give it a thumbs up. So until next time, take care, guys.